Daily Herald of July the 9th, 2019, Minister Stuart Johnson, the Minister of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Transport and Telecommunication, informed the public that 67% of the 4,000 room capacity before Hurricane Irma has been recovered. In other words, 2,680 rooms are now available for visitors coming to St. Martin. The prevention of the loss of life of our visitors and staff, along with protecting properties from damage, is the responsibility of every business owner. This quote we got in the statement of the Office of Disaster Management in their press release of August 12, 2019, 2.5 weeks ago. The Office of Disaster Management advised the country's tourism sector and businesses community to review hurricane season preparatory plans in preparation for the peak of the 2019 Atlantic hurricane season, which runs from August 15 through October 15. Whose responsibility it is to prevent the loss of life of the citizens, and especially the tenants, along with protecting the homes of the homeowners? The Office of Disaster Management didn't say anything about the responsibility of homeowners in St. Martin who are renting their properties to residents from whom they are collecting monthly rent or lease for years. Minister of Tiat informed us about hotel rooms ready to receive tourists. But contrary to the Minister of Tiat, neither the Minister of Romi nor the Prime Minister have provided information on how many of the structurally damaged 13 to 15,000 housing units for the citizens of St. Martin have been repaired or built back better and stronger. Based on publications about homes repaired in the last 2 years, not 67% of the housing damaged have been repaired, but between 6 to 7%. We conducted some interviews last Saturday together with a reporter from St. Martin Daily News, and we spoke with 3 seniors at the Red Cross building in Belvedere, 3 households in the Garden of Eden in Dutch Quarter, a senior, a mechanic and a musician, all 3 heads of their household, and the widow of a civil servant and her son in Fort Willem. From the 7 households interviewed about the housing situation 2 years after Irma, 2 heads of households reported that their wooden house was built back now from concrete by the Cash Foundation. This happened after our video produced last year, 1 year after Irma, help still needed. Although one household is already living in their newly built home, they still have issues with their concrete roof, which is leaking when it rains. The other household is still living with friends because they are awaiting approval of the building permit from Vromi so that GB can restore electricity for them to enter the house. This is the help received so far. 2 heads of households reported that they have received some material from the Red Cross, but that the homes are still not finished. One home still needs plastering and the bedroom floor needs to be tiled. The other home, still half of the home needs to be rebuilt with the material they have received more than a year ago. The 3 seniors in the Belvedere Red Cross building have not received any repairs yet since Irma damages were reported at the Housing Foundation. So what is the housing status of the St. Martin community? It was on April the 15th of this year that the Vromi Ministry informed all residents and businesses that the government, in collaboration with the World Bank, would conduct an aerial and street view image survey of the entire country. A photo of a drone and a vehicle with equipment to carry out a 360-degree survey accompanied the press release. The main objective was to conduct a housing survey, which had to start in the week of Monday, April 15, with a duration of 3 weeks. 4 months, May, June, July and August have passed already and no press release yet about the housing situation and the result of the survey. Is it because government doesn't want to reveal that more than 10,000 homes are still awaiting repair or to be rebuilt? Most of the homes are being rented by poor and needy households. What is the help government has for the homeowners to build back their properties better and stronger? The home repair program criteria only targets homeowners with an income of less than 4,000 guilders a month. So how the government expects the other homeowners and the other homes to be rebuilt so that the tenants can get back in more resilient homes? Every citizen has the right to an adequate standard of living, among which the right to adequate housing. The Consumer Coalition, based on advice of our lawyer, hereby requests all citizens who are in need of a more resilient home to file their complaint about their housing situation with us so that we can file a court injunction on their behalf to realize the building of 15,000 adequate social homes in 1 year time.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
The meeting with the driving instructors on new driving license examination system. On Monday, we had a meeting with driving instructors in St. Martin. We shared with them the concerns of students who filed their complaints about the new driving license examination. And also we shared with them the meeting that we had with the Inspectorate of TIAT and the Driver's License Examination Department. The driving instructors in turn explained their experience with meetings they had with the Driver's License Examination Department. No minutes of those meetings were available, and no memorandum of understanding was agreed upon with the driving instructors. They also shared experiences with the tests that they did with the new examination system, and they questioned the quality of the questions and answers of the system. They were very critical about the quality of the examination system. Even they, with all their instruction experience, failed the examination tests. To pass, you needed more than 25 points out of 30 points. This system will cost the students a lot of money, they said. 400 guilders for every examination they have to resit, which they find is not fair in the economic situation their students face. The driving instructors, meanwhile, gave a press conference on Tuesday and publicly requested the TIAT Ministry to postpone the introduction of the digitized driving license examination system until the flaws are resolved. As Consumer Coalition, Based on the concerns and details received from the driving instructors, we have requested an urgent follow-up meeting with the head of the Inspectorate of TIAT to address the information we have received and to look after an adequate introduction of digitized theoretical examination system.
Hey ma, how you doing? You busy?
I hear, just paying some bills, taking care of business, you know what it is?
I know, you're doing your online banking.
I don't have to stand in those long lines to pay bills. I can transfer when I want. I can check my account wherever. It's like the bank open 24/7. I even here checking the statement right now as we're talking. How's Miami?
Well, that's why I'm calling. I'm finishing up a few songs now, but I'm afraid that studio time might be more than I thought. And I was wondering if I could get some help with some funds, and I could pay you back as soon as I get back to St. Martin.
Let me check my account. How much you need?
I think 500 should be enough.
I can transfer it to you while online. Direct from me to you. No problem.
Great. Thank you so much, Ma. I'll get online with Bib now.
Alright, darling. You know who you're for?
I need to know who you're for.
Contact WIB today for your complete personal online banking experience. Available for all mobile devices. The Wynwood Islands Bank, now your online banking partner in progress.
What is the reason for the student coming to do the exam by the Ministry of TIAT? Is it to train or what he going to do? Sit the exam or he just going to get training on the computer? We're not clear about that. Right? Okay. Another point we want to really say is we prefer that the students will be able to have the choice to choose whether they can they want to do the exam digitally or remain with a manual system that they've been taught on. Right? Last but not least, to restrict the people of St. Martin from using an automatic vehicle to obtain a driving license is illegal because nowhere in the law says that only manual transmission is needed. The law says manual or gear change transmission. I had a student went to test the system today and he gets 16 points out of it. And I'm not talking about an elderly person who is not computer literate. He's very computer literate, very versed, just did his academy exam and he only gets scored 16 points in this school and this exam today.
Well, first of all, all of these changes are dictatorship changes. It was never changes where you would go to exchange knowledge and show how the system can be improved. They have done all of these actions on their own. No driving instructor have, like he mentioned before, have went through any preparation for the change. But it's not about a driving instructor. This meeting or this information is not about driving instructors. All of us have our license and are highly qualified, many years of experience. This meeting is to bring attention to the people of St. Martin how their money is being wasted in a process to get a simple driving license. In Aruba, the government of Aruba mistakenly tried to implement the digital exam. It failed. They closed that section in Curaçao. They tried to implement the digital exam. The government failed again and they closed that option to do it digital. St. Martin, for some unknown reason, again invests over 100,000 guilders in a method that will not improve the safety on the road, will not help a student to be a better driver. Yet, it is being forced on St. Martin people that they must do a digital exam. This is wrong. And that's why we are concerned. One of the reasons it's wrong, because you can imagine that you have to sit an exam for which you can never be prepared. Because there's nothing available in the Dutch market for St. Martin to teach these rules or to teach a student to pass the exam. So if you want to improve, there should be another way. In fact, the persons who develop this is not developing it with any knowledge of the St. Martin traffic rules. It is more done on a money-making basis, done truly educating the people how to be safer or better on the road. Like my colleague mentioned, the questions are academic questions, not safety questions, not driving-related questions, but questions designed that they could milk the people who need to get a driving license, keep them longer in the circle, and just waste their time.
Now, I got that. Just a simple question. Who developed this digital exam? Where was it developed from?
I have no idea who developed it, but what I can tell you is this. Since this system was developed, persons who are examiners, so persons who give exams from the government, have difficulty passing this test. Persons who teach people to drive have, I'm talking about instructors, have difficulty passing this test. I would like an open challenge, because we all respect the police, for example. I would like an open challenge to take 2 or 3 police, whether from traffic or otherwise, who know the law, have them to sit this test. And I dare to say, they will not pass the test. How can you expect a student driver who is now learning the rules, learning to drive, learning everything about the road, to pass the test? It's totally unfair. And they want to enforce it that we don't even have the option to choose. You must take the theory, and to get an opportunity not to take the theory, you have to prove that you have some special condition to get to do your normal license. It's gone over automated. It is good to progress as an island, but to over progress is worse. Because what you're going to have as far as safety, a lot of people will now just refuse to go for their license, whereby they can get a license. They can pass. They have been passing all the years. So now you want to change the system, making it impossible for them to pass? This system has been on trial. If 10 people went and 2 passed, it's a big question. None of them didn't study. None of them didn't learn. But the same people, when given the opportunity to do the conventional test, pass the driving exam. So what you're saying is that they can't drive? There are people who have been driving for years, can't pass. Again, my challenge stay open. Take any 2 police. Take the best from any country in Antilles. Put them to do the test. See if you get them passed.
Now that
all of that being said, let's say the law is passed through. Once the law passed through, everybody has to follow the law. What's going to happen to you all?
You know, I think, for me personally, I would advise all driving schools to discontinue. I think it's a crime. It's truly a crime to take money from any individual under a false pretense that you can instruct them to pass a test for which they cannot pass. I think the government have to rethink what they're doing, but it should not be that the government force persons to take money from another individual with the intention that you can help them, but you can't. There's no material. It's different. Examples that are being brought forward are not St. Martin examples, are not Curaçao examples, are not Aruba Bonet examples, but examples from a foreign country which some of the students have no idea of. And all the students want to do is get a license and get a job. Drive a truck, a car, a bus, just live in St. Martin. That's all the students want. If this can be done, I don't think it should be the way it is. In fact, again I say, driving schools are not recognized on St. Martin. Our law simply says to teach another person to drive, there's only one qualification. You yourself must have a driving license.
Hello, St. Martin. My name is Jose Helaga and I play basketball. I have organized basketball events in St. Martin. Sport matters to me because it makes everybody come together in unity. So I challenge the businesses community to step up for sports and help us rebuild and repair our facility. I'm also asking the community to nominate local businesses in your area to take on the challenge and step up for sport because sports matter. Check out the Department of Sports SXM Facebook page for more information. Hashtag Sport Matter, hashtag Are You In?
Within the next 10 days, close to 300 students will be graduating from the Income Support and Training Program of the Trust Fund. To date, nearly 1,200 participants have passed through the training program, 70% of which are women. The program continues to provide much-needed support to participants who seek to bridge the gap to full-time employment by offering courses in the hospitality and construction sectors. I would like to congratulate the students who have made use of the program and have learned new skills that will significantly increase their career opportunities. Last week, materials and equipment that will be used to improve landfill management and fire suppression were delivered to the Ministry of VROMI. The alternative daily cover, or ADC, is a cement-based cover material that prevents odors and control vectors such as flies and birds and rodents. The consistent application of the ADC will further help to prevent future surfaces fires on the landfill. Also delivered were the silo and applicator machines that will be used to store, mix, and apply the ADC. The NRPB is providing training for the Ministry of VROMI on the use of these new materials and equipment with both classroom training as well as hands-on practice. With regard to the preparation of the fire suppression activities, we are awaiting the finalization of the environmental and social impact assessment that is currently being conducted. As part of this assessment, an initial public consultation session was held in late June, in which stakeholders expressed concerns on the water quality of the salt pond. These concerns were taken into consideration. An additional study was commissioned by the NRPB. This was done to ensure that all legitimate concerns are taken into account in the design phase of the project. With the finalized assessment, we will be able to move forward onto the next steps with the fire suppression activities. Finally, I would like to commend the NRPB on the launch of their new website. The website provides an overview of the St. Martin Trust Fund, including information on projects under implementation and preparation, available tenders, vacancies, and upcoming events. This is all done in an effort to promote openness and transparency on the recovery process. I hope that with the addition of the website, the public will be kept abreast of the latest developments that have an impact on their well-being and prosperity, as observed by the Daily Herald in a recent editorial. I highly encourage all residents to visit the website at nrpbxxm.org, as well as the NRPB's Facebook account and their social media accounts to be fully informed.